Hey Tarosphere, it's Holly from Cape Cod Creatures, and I'm here today with a comparison of the two versions of the Animal Spirit deck. I have it upside down. Oh my goodness! This one is the indie printing that came out. I think it was a couple years ago, and then this one is the newly released, mass-produced copy by Harper Elixir. So. With Wild Unknown, there usually are subtle differences between each of the versions of the decks. I believe there was some subtle differences between the book version and the Wild Unknown Tarot. So I thought there was going to be at least a little bit of difference with these two decks. And it turns out there isn't much. So as far as card art goes, not much to show you. I put them all in order. I poured over each little detail on each one, and the only real difference I could find was a bit of the difference in the color treatment on the bear card. This is the indie version, and this is the mass-produced version. I don't know if you can tell, but this one's a little more purpley, and this one's a little more blue on the watercolor. But other than that, the rest of the colors are pretty much true. The mass-produced version does have that issue that the regular Wild Unknown had, where the borders are sometimes a little bit wonky, but it really isn't noticeable. And I'm trying to find a card where that's here. The Earthworm card's a good. So see how the borders are a little bit off center on the Earthworm card. It's not too much. I mean, really, it's really not that noticeable. Oh, the rabbit had happened again. But it's not that big of a deal, I don't think. I mean, if you're used to it from Wild Unknown and you don't really care all that much, it's really not like a huge, you can live with it. The other thing that I have noticed too is so my indie deck I love. I actually use this in my personal practice. And the reason I got the mass-produced one is because I have been trying to keep my first edition deck at least looking good. It's too late for my book. My book and my deck box used to ride around in my bag, and I don't know if you can tell, but my cover on my indie book is a little weathered. But anyway, this deck sits out all the time, just out on my bureau, like doing whatever, hanging out. And the cards are still perfectly flat, which is really nice. And on this one, it's been out of its box for like 2-3 days, and the cards are already bowing, which is kind of a little bit of a disappointment. I haven't really experienced that with the Wild Unknown it's HarperCollins. Harper one is a subsidiary of HarperCollins. Hi Jennifer, how are you? Oh, thank you. I just got it did. So my scalp is still a little dyed, which is what it is, but give it a couple of days and the purple will wash out to something a little less intense and it'll be right where I wanted it. But anyway, yeah, the cards are already starting to bow a little bit, which is kind of like, okay. But as far as stock is concerned, it's the same exact stock that they're using for the mass printing of the Wild Unknown Tarot. And I'm sorry, I'm really thirsty. Itchy throat. So the stock is the exact same as the Wild Unknown Tarot, which is one of my favorite card stocks ever. It seems to be able to take a beating. And then the only other difference, I had a little poppy uppy, hang on. The only other difference between artwork on the decks, and I'll show this to you now, in the cosmic section, of the cards, so each, I guess you could call it a suit. This deck has 5 suits. I'm assuming that you are already familiar with the cards if you are watching this review because you want to find out the difference between indie and not indie. The indie box, as well as the cards for this suit, have a very subtle, let me see if I can get it to focus. I can't get it to focus. There we go. On the top of the card, they have a very subtle silvery, and it's subtly holographic too. So this little circle outline right here is very, it almost looks like silver Sharpie, but it's not, and it's holographic, and it's like slightly holographic. If you didn't know it was holographic, you would just think it was silver. On the mass-produced version, it is way more pronounced. Let me see if I can get it to flash for you on the, oh yeah, see? way more pronounced, and it is way more aggressively holographic. Like there's no mistaking that that is a holographic whatever on that card. The card backs are exactly the same. It's the same snakeskin pattern. The thing that I do like about the indie version a little bit better, the same subtle holographic, you know, pop of color here is the same for the backs on all the cards. It's subtly it's subtly silver holographic-y. And on the back of here, it is just like a flat gray. So I don't know if this is, so I don't think it's holographic. I think it might just be silver, but this is definitely a metallic finish. And this is just a gray printing finish. And then the only other thing of note would be the box it comes in. So here is the bottom half of the indie printing box. Here is the bottom half of, no, I'm sorry, this is the bottom half of the HarperCollins. And then this is the bottom half of the indie printing. So you do get a little bit about, you know, this looks more like a book back and this is just a little more subtle. I do like the more subtle back. The boxes have the snakeskin print on. It's hard to tell. So the HarperCollins is like a smidge smaller, nothing too bad. This one is a little more silvery and a little more sturdy. The box definitely fits together better. Like that fits like a glove. And the outer cover of this box has the same slightly holographic, the light has to hit it just right for you to see the rainbow. And it's more of a pastel rainbow than anything, but it's a subtle holographic finish to this box. And like I said, it's a nice tight fit. Oh, and the indie printing, if you ordered that, you got your meanings sheet because the book was sold separately. So you got a meaning sheet that's kind of like a nice little quick reference. And when you unfold it, oh, and here's some spreads. When you unfold it, you got a spirit animal. Like, oh, here's, like, I'm super glad you bought this deck. Also, you're the swan. So each one was different, which I thought was a really cool, nice little touch. And they did not include that in the mass-produced edition. The ribbons are also a slightly different color, but that's not really a big deal to me. You know, white versus, like, light silver versus dark silver. All right. And then we can move on to the thing that the mass printing edition gets a big box. If you're familiar with the mass printing of The Wild Unknown, you're familiar with the boxing materials. So this sleeve comes off the top and it's a nice magnetic flap. And on the inside, it says always be seeking or something. It's not really like a huge deal. I don't know. Like a lot of people like that the outer box. I think it's like now I've just got one extra thing to store, which is like, okay. And then the books. So I thought there was going to be a huge difference in the books. And guess what? There's not. It's the exact same material inside. So no new card art, no new information in the books, which leaves me a little disappointed, quite honest. So the only difference really is this has a basic, I believe this is called Perfect Bound, but it's just a basic indie printing soft cover book. And this one has somewhere like I hesitate to call it hardcover. A lot of people are calling these kind of books hardcovers. Hi, October Skies. How are you? It's more like a soft, like a sturdy soft cover book. You know, nothing's in color in these, by the way. It's just your information. Like, no, it's all the same information that you can find in the indie printing. So unless you're a collector or you really like aggressive holographic boxes. Oh, and that's the other thing I wanted to say about the box for this box doesn't, like, it just kind of falls right out. So if you like, I don't know, I feel like this box could have been a bit of a tighter fit. You can actually see the space all the way around the edge. So this is the mass printing. But yeah, there's really no big, there's no, oh, Jennifer, I'm sorry. Hi, Jennifer, how are you? I forgot to say hi. Did I forget to say hi? I don't remember. I think I did. So you just got the Wild Unknown and you got the Animal Spirit decks too. Let me know what you think about them. Actually, I just bought a deck that you were reviewing. Not the medicine cards, the shoot, the sister to the medicine cards with is it spiritual path cards? Maybe that's, or shaman path, spiritual path. I can't remember, honestly. I just opened them last night and it's been a crazy morning. But my cardstock is awful on that. I'm going to do a separate review for that. That is, and it's Harper One. It's Harper, same people, and they should be ashamed of how horrible. Yes, the Sacred Path cards. And like your cardstock at least is still cardstocky. Mine seriously is like magazine paper. Like it's the paper that you find in a Cosmo is what my cards are made out of. And I'm really, really mad about it. But anyway, I'm gonna take a sip of this. But yeah, there's nothing new about this deck. Nothing new, which is, it is what it is. So, I mean, if you don't have it yet, definitely a more affordable option. I put the link to get it from the creator below. You can also find it on Amazon. If you get it from if you get it from Kim Kranz, you get, I believe, a free little pouch that comes with it. So that's kind of cool. Oh, and I don't know if anybody has seen, but Kim Kranz sold her storefront to somebody else now, and I think like she's rumored to have another deck in the works. So I'm kind of excited about that. But anyway, this one will now go not into like it will. I'll still use it for my private spiritual practice, but my indie edition will now be not retired, but this is, I won't be using it for other people anymore to keep it a little more pristine. And we can now default to the new version. So I will be doing some readings this morning. If anybody wants a reading, plug a question into the doobly. Is it this side or is it this side? I don't remember. But anyway, yeah. And I still rely a little bit on the book for this, you guys. A little intuition, a little book. Nothing wrong with that. A little mix between the two. What are we watching in secret? What are we watching in secret? Oh my goodness. You guys. Hi, Pixie Dust. How are you? Let's see. I'm missing things. Chat is going too fast sometimes for me. Who's at work? Hi, October Skies. Are you at work? I watch at work too, but I can't fire myself. Oh my goodness, you guys are so silly. I'm always that kid that's just like, what are we talking about? What are we joking about, you guys? I think it's funny too, but what is it? All right, so if anybody has a question, you let me know. And otherwise, shuffling. So the new deck, because it is the new Wild Unknown cardstock, it shuffles beautifully. It shuffles beautifully. That's okay, you guys. I like to do this instead of going to work, which is where I should be headed, but I'm not. I tell you guys I played hooky? So I played extreme hooky yesterday. I said I was going to go, and I didn't even. I made an appointment to get my hair did, and I made it for 9, and usually it takes a couple of hours, but I had to get my roots bleached. So I wound up being at the salon until 1:30, and then I wound up in a Sephora until 2:30, and then I said, well, it's too late now. So I did not even go in, and that is really bad. Good morning, Leslie. How are you? So we are doing readings, Leslie. We're doing, now we moved on to the readings portion with the new Wild Unknown. Well, they're not new because the indie version's been out for a while, but we're doing with the mass-produced Animal Spirit deck. So it takes a bit to break in. The stock, as you can see, the rifle shuffle isn't quite what it needs to be yet. That being said, it took me a while to break in my Wild Unknown too, and now that thing is like, there we go. That's a little bit better. Oh, what deck annoyed me badly? That would be the Spirit Path cards. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go get it. It's in the living room. It's that bad. It is that bad. I'm hijacking a Wild Unknown thing to show you this deck that really sucked. So Harper One. I've heard some things about the medicine card stock too, about that being not that great. And I actually have that deck right here. This is medicine cards. This is its sister deck, the Sacred Path cards. So, oh my goodness, like I am like so mad about it. As you can see, I believe it's the same amount of cards, 40 something. The package already is super slimmer. Super slimmer. And then the cards themselves, I don't know, have you ever had like, it's like, have you ever had a magazine? Oh, good. That one is ruined. Already. Getting them back in the box. Oh my God. Okay. Have you ever had it? This is supposed to be 44 cards, you guys. Like, what the actual fuck? I'm gonna have to do a separate video so that way people can find it. Oh, and then this is the introduction card. It's already, like, this was me trying to get it back in the box. It's already kind of ruined and bent up and ridiculous. Can you see how bent that is? And then like this corner was never really trimmed properly. This is awful. And look at how, like, it's super flimsy. Like it feels like one of the tarot cards in a magazine. Like you tear, it's like the worst. This is the worst cardstock I have ever seen ever. I mean, I've seen some bad card. I would prefer, oh, here, the bottom of this one is already peeling up. I didn't even do anything to that one. I looked at it. Like, I would prefer, honestly, I would prefer Hay House cardstock. I would prefer the Schiffer cardstock. I would prefer, I'm even going to go so bad as to say, I prefer Mystic Mondays cardstock over this bullshit. This is bullshit. And the set retail, they want $37.50 for this. $37.50. Yeah, it's just like, it is like literally the word, like it's super, like I'm afraid to, like, again, afraid to look at it. I don't even, like, I've had it for a whole day and already this card is ruined and bent. And at least it's just the introduction card. I mean, I can't get it back in the box. Getting it back in the box is going to ruin it because that's how I ruined this one. And I'm really mad about it. I don't know. I just think for $30-something, I would, like, I'm glad I didn't fit. I ordered this one on Amazon. I ordered this one on Amazon. Thank goodness. So I only paid like 21. I think I paid 21 something. The book is beautiful. The book is awesome. I mean, it's another, like, if you're familiar with the, I don't have the, oh, I do have the medicine card book here. So this one is like a hardcover paper, and this one is a fabric hardcover. So that's awesome. And it's like super thick and tons of information. And like, I can't even, like, the book is super impressive, but ultimately you need to be able to use the cards. There's my cat being all, let me out. Too bad, Tuna. You wanted in, you got in. Like, I can't even, like, this is like really, I don't even know what to do to save them, honestly. If anybody has any experience with these and knows how to make them better, I'm going to call HarperCollins today and be like, what the fuck, you guys? I left a review too. There you go, buddy. Oh, that cat, in, out, in, out. But anyway, yeah, if anybody has any questions they want answered, I won't be using the spirit cards. I will be using the animal spirit cards. I won't be using spiritual path cards. Like, I just, it's so, yeah, these are bad. Did Veronica Jude pop in somewhere I didn't see? Hi, Sarah, how are you? Let's see. What am I missing? The wild unknown annoys you so bad. All right, Pixie, you have to tell us why it annoys you. And then, let's see. Yeah, this is really bad. Yeah, for the price that they were asking, absolutely, they can shove it. I don't know why I'm like, Yeah, well, I did, like, so Jennifer says you're paying for the book and not the cards, and that's great, but don't call it a card set if you give us cards we can't use with the book. I mean, like, what am I, like, I mean, like, if you can't use them. All right, Mia wants to know about her new business venture. All right, let's see. I'm gonna put these away because I'm like really sad. I'm about to cry thinking about it. I'm about to cry. And I know people have complained about, oh my God, I have a teetering stack of decks and books right over there. You guys are gonna fall any minute. Okay, so the wild unknown is emotionless. I use emotion when reading. It's like a relationship. If there's no feelings, a relationship isn't worth anything. She didn't say anything. She said it ain't worth shit. I'm gonna go ahead and disagree that the wild unknown is emotionless. I go through periods of time where I think that too, only because the cards are colder. There's less color. The lines are really sharp. Some of this, I don't think it's necessarily emotionless, though. I think you have to really be in the right frame of mind to work with the wild unknown. I think it's more about a stark artwork and something that is so divorced from traditionally tarot. I think it's the first deck that has really been very controversial and socially like caught fire, at least since the Wildwood. That one was like, oh my god, it's tarot, but it's not. Oh my god. And this one is introducing a lot of people to tarot. I don't think it's emotionless. I think definitely it's like, again, it's colder. It's closer to a pip deck. A lot of people have trouble with pip decks. It's more open to interpretation, which I really enjoy. It's just, if it's not right for you, then that's fine. I mean, I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, no, you should totally use it. But I don't know that emotionless is really the correct term. I think it's, honestly, at this point, like Kim Kranz is definitely like, oh, here's some money for me. I am really sad to see that she didn't do any changes to the artwork for the deck. That I thought was a little lazy. Something a little different would have been nice. So can I be the crazy one that says that the Mildred Payne Pocket Oracle does nothing for me? Apparently they're digging up Mildred's grave tomorrow, who I am unsure is even a real person. Like they're going to open it up and it's going to be like a piñata. Her grave will be full of candy, but like the shit candy, like Necco wafers and fruit Tootsie Rolls. All right. So I am reading for Mia. Am I reading for Mia? Who wanted yes, Mia Haven's business venture. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, like the Mildred Payne or like I kind of was just like, oh, every once in a while I look at it, it looks to me to be more like a Lenormand, and I'm not all about that Lenormand life. And I'm also not about Pokemon cards for grown-ups, which is basically what it's turning into. It's just basically like a Magic, like it's Magic the Gathering, like buy the special pack and maybe you'll get the special free card, and like, oh, did you already spend $1 million on my website? Here's this thing that's $5. Pay me shipping. Like, no, I'm good. Patrick Valencia. Like, that's okay. I also don't enjoy Deviant Moon. I do like the Triunfo de Luna, but I haven't had a chance to a lot of throat stuff going on today. I haven't really had a chance to get a deck yet because it comes out in different color versions and I haven't really found one that I enjoy 100% yet. I'm not quite there. Ooh, Mia, you got the unicorn. So we're going to crack the book. Let's see. Reconnecting to higher wisdom or divinity. A little bit of myth, intuition, exploring the divine, contemplating the inexplicable. That stands out to me. So higher wisdom or divinity, like if I were you, first of all, business ventures, getting them to kind of sing together, right, is a bit like finding a unicorn. And you do have to put some work into it. So if you don't have a mentor yet, find yourself a good mentor. And just kind of like, I don't know, like divinity and higher wisdom, like definitely trust your gut where making business decisions are concerned. But the higher wisdom part and the like the hunting and searching part, that kind of really speaks to me. Like you need a mentor is kind of what I'm feeling. You need to go out there and look for somebody that's kind of been through this and is willing to give you advice and guide you through, especially on a new business venture. And I don't know. The senior corn looks kind of serene, but also have you noticed like there's a moon and he's kind of lost in the dark kind of a thing? Like, it almost reads a little bit like the moon card to me. Like it feels a little bit moony. As in like you can kind of see the path that's in front of you, but you can only see your one next step kind of a thing. And you're not going to really know if you're getting where you're going until you get a little bit closer. So it's just kind of like mind your one next step as well. I don't know, just that's really it. I mean, I think the mentor piece is really big, but other than that, you know, your new business venture is going to require a little bit of magic, a little bit of intuition, and a little bit of know-how. That's all. Oh my God, this coffee's so good. I discovered a local coffee roaster. It's totally tasty. Is anybody else? Jennifer, do you want me to read for you about sucking it up and going to work today? The adult in me wants to tell you yes, but I just played hooky yesterday. So how good is my advice really? How good is my advice really? Like, you know, maybe be a grown up, but also don't. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. Oh, there's like there's a cushion on the bottom of this box too. Weird. But anyway, I don't know. I'm a little disappointed in the new Wild Unknown just because there's no changes in the artwork. So anyway, this seems to be winding down a bit. If you guys have any other questions, now would be the chance. It is 9:41. I'm going to start thinking about getting going. You had food poisoning? Oh, stay home. Stay home. Oh my goodness. Natalie. Oh, hi, Natalie. How are you? So Natalie just bought this deck too. It is a beautiful deck. If you're looking for something a little warmer, actually Pixie Dust, if you're looking for something a little warmer than the actual Wild Unknown deck, maybe the Animal Spirit deck might be a little bit easier for you to connect with. I don't know. I find that it works really well with the spreads that have been made up for it. What is my most loved deck? What am I doing again? Oh, morning chats. I'm going to try to do them more. So actually, that's another thing, you guys. You might notice some changes coming to Cape Cod Creatures soon. I have signed up for a YouTube bootcamp where they have you try a whole bunch of different things. It'll definitely still be tarot related. It might be tarot in in regards to other topics. It might be me trying out different types of videos. So that I'll probably make a separate video announcement when the time comes for that. But I have joined because I want to learn how to do this better and to be more entertaining and engaging and whatnot. So, and I can't, know yourself, I need a class. So I'm taking a class and it's pretty awesome. And like I said, you might notice some changes coming soon. I'm going to try, like I said, I'm going to try and keep it 100% tarot. I might incorporate a few other things, but you'll notice, hopefully you'll notice a difference in the quality of the videos I put out and in the entertainment value of the videos I put out. I'm probably going to lean a little more towards infotainment. We'll maybe do a couple of classes on, tarot for beginners or for lay people, very grounded people who want to read tarot, because that's kind of where I am. And yeah, so that was, anyway, that's all I've really got going on. Well, I'm not that, so it's not so much that entertaining and engaging, it's, yeah, but anyway, it's just making better videos. And I think that we can all admit that sometimes you need to learn, like, I would like to make this a really great YouTube channel for you guys. Instead of me just sitting here and being like, word vomit in your face, I want it to be a little more engaging. So anyway, oh, Leslie, are you leaving? Bye, Leslie. Have a wonderful afternoon. Live chats will probably stay the same, but the actual videos I put out, I'm probably going to wind up making them a little more like the Mystic Mondays review or the Bob Ross painting video. That was really fun to make. So it'll be a little more, like I said, engaging and different and entertaining. And I don't think there's any harm in that. So anywho, all right, I'm going to go. All right, you guys have a wonderful afternoon. And Jennifer, feel better. Definitely play hooky today. I think you've earned it. We've all earned a little hooky. You haven't already played hooky this week anyway. And my neck is purple. Okay, I'll talk to you later, you guys. Bye.